Yo, yo.
Yeah.
What's poppin'?
You wanted to be naked for the interview?
Nigga.
I was just making sure I wasn't gonna get caught in 4K.
It's one half of La Familia.
Elite Podcast. Promote your shit. What you mean? Mind your business. Promote your shit.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, man, it was a beautiful morning this summer morning, man.
Oh, it was, man. Nice and
The
toasty.
drive-in was good. AC blaring,
Woo.
banging some music.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite artists out of the west side of Connecticut.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the coolest young dudes I know. You got on the line, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people that's listening, bro.
What's up, guys? It's East Coast, the Campfire Kid, and I'm on Elite Podcast.
Just jumping right into it since we got a lot coming. So you wear multiple hats in this industry, especially in the Connecticut scene. You're an artist, beat maker, engineer, producer. I can keep going. It will take the whole entire interview if I
Yes.
do. But which role comes to you more naturally and why?
As a producer, it comes natural. I think like something to do with pulling the strings and making everything come together. I feel like I've always just been blessed with maybe a good ear with that. Maybe that's why some of my music stands out and sticks out. I've always been trying to, help people get their ideas to the finish line. That's always kind of been my thing. So, it don't matter where you're a beginner or you've been doing this shit for a minute. I'm willing to put myself in the passenger seat if the person is trying to do his thing and then just curate, but also give my artistry in there too at the same time. That's kind of how
That makes a lot of sense. For the newer generation that's coming in, explain the difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Right.
We know there's a difference, but a lot of these guys feel like just because they make the beat, they're the producer, or because they're the producer, they're supposed to make the beat. There is a difference. Speak to the people that's listening.
To me personally, producer, he knows how to EQ, he knows how to compress, he knows how to most likely run the boards, set the mics up.
Yep.
No, all this, like, there's a lot more technical into recording and gear and shit in the producer side, knowing what those things do. Beat maker is only like half of what a producer is. Nowadays, it's becoming more simpler for people to make beats, with loops and AI and all that stuff. So, I'm not trying to knock it. I've met some beat makers and they're amazing, it blows my mind because I'll be like, damn, I want to take my beats to that place too. But there are also beat makers who, all they're doing is loops and splices, and I don't look at that as much as beat making, more as just putting puzzle pieces together. Beat making is like some sort of knowledge of music theory and stuff like that. So
When you create a beat for yourself versus another artist, what's different about your approach?
So it's kind of hard to kind of curate for other artists right now. I feel like I'll try my best, but I think I'm like kind of sort of finding my sound. So nowadays when I'm making beats, it's kind of like almost opening up a door for somebody to be a part of my sound.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But before, when I was just learning how to get into beats, yeah, I can curate for certain styles and stuff if you know what you're doing. I stretched myself out too thin when I got into beat making, and I wanted to get good at EDM, dance, rap. So I tried a lot of things, and I ended up making it slower or harder for me to get good at just one thing or a certain style, one type of sound or one type of style, and that's what's making me more successful quicker, I think.
So which comes first, the beat or the lyric?
Very hard to say. I would say younger me would definitely be like, yo, the song hits me, like the lyrics hit me first. Like I have this idea, and then I go and find, the best beat to say it in. I would say like Confessions of a Rock Star or like First Date. I heard the instrumental or the beat first, and then I was like, I'm about to write the craziest song to this.
Real brief, walk us through quickly the creative process behind recording the song.
First Date, this pop rock song, I feel like I was definitely in the right headspace to make. I think it's harder to just randomly put emotion into a song if you're not actually going through it.
My songs are more easier to flow, listen to, and write when they are super realistic. Not everything an artist raps about is 100% honest. You know what I mean? We don't tote big ass Dracos the size of a bass drum. You know what I'm trying to say?
Some artists do, and they be snitching on themselves.
They do. When something hits hard, like for example with myself, the song In the Air, or the song Sorry, those are real deep personal songs where it just flowed really easy. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that.
So like going back to the process would be, what mood am I in? What emotions do I feel today? And then what type of beat would that translate into? Then we work backwards from there. If I'm creating the beat, we're choosing like what sample could resonate that emotion. Halfway through the beat or halfway through listening to the beat, I'm already getting like an idea of what this chorus or this hook is gonna sound like, and then it's over.
Hey, that's how it goes, man. Sometimes you just gotta feel the beat, as well.
Sometimes the beats speak to you. I've actually had beats from East Coast that, like, as soon as I heard them, like, I went home and the song like spoke to me. Where I'm like, the next day I'm ready to record because it really hit me really emotionally. So that's true.
That leads into my next question, man. Who are some of the artists, producers, or engineers that have influenced your sound, whether directly or indirectly?
So as producing wise, locally, I didn't really know too many producers, but to give people flowers and homage, when I first started making music, I liked Annoyed. Like, it was out in high school and I'm hearing about Annoyed, so it just seemed really cool. Like, someone from Connecticut was, on the radio, right, So that was like my introduction into producing locally. And then Chillshump was another one who kind of like,
bomb for Chillshump.
His brother was cutting my hair. And so I just ended up talking about music to these cats, and they eventually told me like, oh, that's his brother. And then boom, 1, 2, 1. Sat me down and showed me FL Studios before I even knew what FL Studios was.
He took his time and schooled you. He saw you as a student in the game, and instead of gatekeeping like most of these cornballs do, he actually saw some potential in you.
You under his wing. Yeah.
All right. So that was the producer. So how about the artist?
Artist wise, I would say I really liked Webby when I was young. My brother liked it. That's why I grew up on it.
You got bars, man. I'd love to do a track with Chris too.
Chris is dope.
I don't think I really listened to local artists too much besides him and Annoyed until fucking Stone Jones, and then friends with Stone Jones.
Amazing gift club over there.
Yes, sir. Doing it.
Yeah. And then, the story that, we just ran from there ever since. So.
Yeah, y'all definitely a dynamic duo. Definitely the Campfire Kids.
Jones will be my favorite artist probably for the rest of my life. That's his brother.
Stone Jones is dope. Yeah, he got some shit. We got to get him on here too, but he definitely got some.
100%.
So as someone who engineers their own music, how much does that control over the sound impacts your final product?
Like 75 to like 80%. I was going to say it's a big percentage. When you start working with more, professional engineers, I feel like the language you can speak to them with when you know what you're doing is better, easier. It's just like, I'm a great engineer, but there's so much stuff I can learn. So I can go to another engineer that's doing well and tell him this is what I do, how I do it. And if he knows what he's doing and he's smart and he's good at his job, he can replicate that easily.
For real, man. Talk about final product. Tell us about this song you got coming out, man.
All right, what up, guys? It's East Coast, the Campfire Kid. This is the first time I'm ever saying it. You're about to listen to Under the Stars, a brand new single.
On the hill, need a race with the motherfucking stars. With the gang, we taking it far. Nigga, I don't even know who you are. Underneath of the stars, made a promise, we taking it far. You're the one that's inside of my heart. Underneath of the stars,
Yo, Coast, my nigga. Listen, this is why I like working with this dude,
man,
bro.
I tell you, man, his beats are ridiculous.
Listen, this dude is a star before people even recognize that he was a star. I got much respect from this song right here. Is fire, bro. Make sure y'all tune in. It's out now, streaming on all platforms. Under the Stars by your boy East Coast, man. Make sure y'all go tune in right now, bro.
Thank you, guys.
So before we get up out of here, bro, show love to the youth. What gem would you drop on these guys that are inspired by being an engineer, a producer, an artist? People that like your style of music. What advice would you give these guys, bro?
I would say be prepared to fuck up a lot. Be prepared to fail. So my biggest thing I would tell everybody who's trying to pursue, and definitely at a younger age, understand that it's going to take a long time. Nothing that is worth it is going to be quick. So definitely be prepared for that kind of long journey. But also, like, the biggest thing is be yourself. I struggled with being myself for a long time, and it did nothing but hold me back. And as soon as I started letting go of like embarrassment and fear and insecurity is when this Campfire idea was birthed.
So be yourself. keep going. Don't give up, man.
Be a trendsetter.
So talking about this Campfire vibe, introduced to the world, what's the Campfire? A lot of people that's questioning.
Yeah, it does get a little confusing sometimes because it's no one thing. At the end of the day, the Campfire just needs to be a safe space, you know, a home base. The misfits, the outcasts, you know, the people who, the underdogs, you know, we never got our chance handed to us. We had to earn that and work for that shit. So that's the Campfire.
Now, big facts, man, you know, and again, you know, the Campfire, definitely, I'm a misfit myself, you know, the ghetto misfit.
Shout out to all the underdogs.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Campfire kid. Yo, and that's some real rap, man. He gave y'all a real good piece of advice. And this guy's not going to be missed, man. You guys could definitely tune in. Also, we'll be performing
September 26th.
September 26th.
Yeah. Called Music for the Soul, man.
And that's a fact.
And then when P asked me to do this, I didn't hesitate. I said, let's do it.
That's a fact.
What up, guys? It's your boy East Coast. September 26th, I'm going to be at Music for the Soul. Make sure you pull up, get your tickets. I'll see you guys at the Campfire.
And you heard that here first, man, with your motherfucking boy East Coast. Ellis Willis.
You know it.
General P. Mind your business.
What you mean?
It's one half a La Familia.
It's Leak Podcast. Promote your shit. What you mean? Mind your business. Promote your shit.
All right, what up, guys? It's your boy East Coast. You're listening to It Leaked Podcast. I'm with Ellis Willis and General P. See you guys at the Campfire.